Hey, John. Hey, Julie.
How are you?
Hi,
All right.
Liam.
Welcome to Guitar Club. So
I
listen,
know. I
check.
forgot it was Sunday. My
So,
wife told me. I was
oh,
like,
cool.
really? Oh, okay.
We
Nice.
changed the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember you guys are busy this month or something
yeah. There's a
with
few things.
Mondays.
Julie's starting to teach 5 week at Berkeley this year. This starting
Oh,
tomorrow. Yeah.
The open mic nights are on Monday nights.
oh, cool.
I'm hosting them. What's new?
Um, Not much. Just hoping to get some
Yeah.
more playing it. I'm kind of taking the summer off for um classes.
Okay.
I'm kind of rethinking the whole thing actually, so
Oh,
I don't know, but um for right now, I'm gonna take probably the summer and maybe the fall. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm
You're not
trying
sure.
to. It's just I don't have any. It's just so busy all the time.
Yeah.
So
So
it,
yeah. So once you get done with your so once you get done with your degree, what's the next step for Liam?
right. So that's why I was kind of rethinking the whole thing because um I don't know. A lot of it, it's like I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on my own to get myself where I want to be, like as far as teaching, as far as playing. um, just kind of establishing some kind of some
Yeah.
musical journey. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's a right answer. I'm just sort of implying that, that at least, I get the best stuff done if I have some kind of a plan for what the hell I'm going to do.
right,
You know, and and even then, I'm failing a lot of the time.
yeah,
But
are you?
well, I don't know. I mean,
Feels like it. We're
it,
constantly re-navigating.
yeah,
yeah,
Remember when the GPS, the Garmin used to go, turn around, make a
right,
U-turn.
yeah,
You missed your turn.
yeah,
yeah,
Now they just go rerouting politely.
yeah,
right, right. So that I mean that's why I'm kind of rethinking it. So I want to take at least the summer and um see like how much I can get accomplished through the summer, kind of making plans and
Good.
trying to get things together. Because when I'm in school, it's like I work, I'm working all day and then I come home and and then I'm like trying to get school stuff done and
Yeah,
it's
every
like
day there's homework
right,
probably.
yeah, you just have no time to
Discussion.
like I have no time to practice. I mean, I practice at work
Oh, that's
like in
nice.
15-minute increments
right.
on on the breaks, which is okay, but it's like, when I was teaching full time before, I felt like I was so much better. I was getting a
Uh,
lot better because that's all I was doing was playing and teaching. And so now I just feel like, I can't, like, I feel like half the time I can't do anything that I want to do because I'm just
you're
not,
missing it. You're
yeah,
missing
because
the
I'm not
playing part.
playing enough.
Yeah.
Right, and
So,
yeah, that's sort of what I'm getting at is that sometimes, sometimes you put yourself in a situation, and then you have to get through all these things that you have to do, and then you start realizing, well, I'm not doing the things I want to do,
right.
Right.
you know, and now somebody much smarter than me said to me once that the things that you have to do are usually the things that you want to do. You know, because I mean, really, when you think about it, we don't have to do anything,
Right.
you know, but
I know
as
I hate
we,
doing laundry, but I
yeah,
also really
Yeah.
love wearing clean clothes.
right,
Right.
yeah. Oh, and here comes Phil. Phil is on his way in. And he's hasn't turned his video on yet, or his microphone, but there he is. Hi, Phil. Good to see you.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, can't hear us.
Hey
There he
guys,
is.
no, I'm here.
There he
Oh,
is.
there's
Hi,
Phil.
hi, Phil.
You can
I'm
hear
out on
us.
the porch with my acoustic
Nice.
and
Patio.
and my rum and my cigar. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
if you're there, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Guitar Club.
That's right.
It's better than 60 Minutes. I'd rather, you know. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. What guitar do you have?
I have a really cool guitar, and I know I'm sorry that my angle is not so good, but it's a Gibson Custom Shop B25. I think you've seen this. So
Wow.
this was so
Yeah.
the B25 is a small body acoustic,
Right.
and uh, they made it in the 60s as a student model.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of a smaller scale.
Nice.
But what happened was they did a limited run of them for the European market, from the Gibson Custom Shop. And when Bay State
Ooh.
Vintage Guitars, when Bay State Vintage Guitars moved um, from Boston to here in Norwood, they had a big liquidation sale, and I just picked this thing up, and it's probably not even into it. I just joined.
Right.
Wow.
Well, that's amazing.
I need to get in.
It's
on one of
you know
those
it's got a
liquidations.
smaller body, so it's got a real good mid range kind of sound. I just fell in love with it. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's so cool.
I love it.
Would that be like a parlor? Would that be considered a parlor style?
Yes and no. I mean, I wish I could have a so it. I really don't have a good angle out here on my porch, but it's just like the smaller body ones. I just fell in love with it. I don't know. The sound is just incredible, and
Yeah.
like I can play this thing.
Hey, Phil.
I
if
mean,
you
you
turn-
know, you could just play it in your living room or whatever with or with it just sounds. It's just such an easy guitar to play and pick up, and it just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And it sounds good plugged in too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So is it just how you doing, Liam? Good to see you again.
Good, yeah, you too.
Is it just the four of us?
Yeah, so far.
Well, yeah. Tail end of a holiday weekend, right?
Right. Is that body fairly shallow? 'Cause I know-
No, it's pretty standard acoustic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
'Cause
I
that's
keep
always
hearing-
that's what always gets me, because it's like I get so.
No, these
just
are
like-
these
so
are
like,
these are super cool, and I know some Italian guy brought it from Italy because they didn't make these in America. They only made them out of the Gibson Custom Shop in Bozeman, Montana,
Wow.
for the European market. And some guy brought it over and they had an actual B25 from an original vintage one from the 60s, and he traded this one in for the vintage one. But this one is much nicer.
Wow.
because the vintage ones. Have you guys ever seen the B25, the Gibson B25 student acoustic model?
I
You ever
haven't.
seen this?
No.
It's a small body, right? Like an L1. You might have heard of that one.
Yeah.
So, but the student model B25s that they made in the 60s, they were terrible. they like this. So this one has like modern bracing, modern craftsmanship and everything, and scalloped bracing, so the top resonates, and those just had straight bracing, and they actually had the original B25s had an adjustable bridge. It had like little wheels on
Yeah.
each side
Really?
here. Yeah, you know how like a bridge on a 335, John, has
Yeah.
the little, you can raise. It had that, and it was terrible, and it just made the
no.
guitar like never stay in tune. So this guy traded this thing in. This is probably $3,000 guitar new for a vintage. For some reason he wanted the real deal, real McCoy one, and I lucked out because these are kind of
Maybe
rare.
he just wanted to hang it on his wall.
No,
collector.
he played. He was like a blues guy, like
Oh.
like the blues guys, like these. Because if you ever see the pictures of like the old blues guys, they have these little small body acoustics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Phil, I'm going to make a suggestion. If you
Yeah.
can set your original sound for musicians set to on, we'll be able to hear your guitar.
Yeah, we can't hear your guitar.
Yeah.
when you're
Anytime you
Oh.
play, we're not hearing it because Zoom thinks it's background noise.
So what do I do?
So there should be a button at the upper right-hand corner of your screen,
Okay.
and that says original sound for musicians.
If you don't see it, then you got to go into the audio settings.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I
Are
don't
you?
want to hog up the whole session with my. I mean, I
No,
was
it's
just gonna.
fine. We've all
I was
been
planning on
through
being a little bit more of a fly on the wall today, but
it. Okay.
No worries.
so speaker view, gallery view. So go into audio settings, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little arrow next to the microphone.
Let me see if I can do that.
And
Yeah,
then
are you-
it'll ask you to use original sound for musicians.
Yeah.
And then it'll give you the top.
Are you on an iPad?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that
Oh.
might be why.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I can be a fly on the wall. We can just
Yeah,
hang
I
and
mean, it's
chat.
fine. I just, I
We
didn't
wanna
do
hear
that.
you.
So when I play this, you can't hear it at all.
Not really.
Yeah, it cuts
It
out.
sounds like it's underwater.
Because of the compression, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even that. There's like a filter that like Zoom assumes that people are using it to talk to each other. So anything that doesn't sound like a human voice gets filtered out by default.
Ah,
So there's a setting for laptops and desktops called original sound for musicians.
But there's also something in there that says remove background noise, and you can turn it to light.
Oh, okay.
on
all
the
right.
phone
Well,
and the
I'll work
iPad.
on that while you guys run
Yeah.
through your. I'm sure you have a little program prepared for today.
We
so
have a little spiel.
We have a little
I'll see if I
skill.
can
We got
figure
some
it out.
fun news.
All right.
We have some fun discussion questions, and we have a little bit of news.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with news?
Let's start with news. Okay, let's start with the most important news. We're finally working on our new albums, and we're planning to release in the fall. Yay!
Yay! We say it every month,
So,
don't
still
we?
working on it.
We had a fun gig. We opened up for Shane Sager.
Yeah, that
At the
was amazing.
Cantab.
Yeah, yeah. There was this guy Shane Sager. He's like this incredible blues harmonica guy. There's blues harmonica, and then there's people who can really, really play it. This guy's the real deal.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Hey, how was
And
that
of course,
gig
we
with,
opened.
how was that gig with Carl at Tupelo?
Carl Verheyen? Oh
it
my
was
God. Yeah,
amazing.
that was amazing.
Have you been
He-
to Tupelo before?
Oh yeah, that's a great venue.
Yeah.
I saw Marty
Yes.
Friedman there.
Oh,
a few
really?
months
Ooh,
back.
Marty
Yeah.
Friedman.
So yeah, Carl was incredible. His band was on fire, and one of the best things he recently bought a Dumble Overdrive Special
No,
amp.
someone gave it to him.
Somebody
oh, no,
gave it to he bought it.
He bought it for $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000 for a Dumble Overdrive Special. We're talking about an amp
That's like
worth
$100,000.
That's like a
That's
deal.
$100,000 amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have to say, the tone he got from that amp was incredible.
Magical.
It really was. Like it was just, glorious is the only word that I would pick. And I'm pretty damn fussy about guitar tone. His tone was unbelievable. So but Julie and I had fun. We played a 40-minute set as a duo.
They said that we were the best opener they had on the whole tour.
Yeah.
But they could have just been saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were talking
And we
about,
are nice.
No, take it.
yeah. So, so we talked about possibly doing some gigs together in LA sometime in late January.
Maybe around NAM.
Yeah, maybe around NAM. There was some of that talk too. But Phil, I'll be back for Jimmy's.
Cool. Yeah,
Um,
I did 4 gigs in 3 days. These last 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holiday weekend gigs.
Yeah, I played with my 2 really good friends in a classic rock trio for a concert in Franklin
Right.
on Wednesday night, and then I played with a pop band after them for the same thing. I stayed and played with 2 bands. Then Thursday I played solo at a 5-star resort on the Cape, and then at the same one, we had a full band for the 4th. And by the way, guys, I wanted to share. I have a video which I'll share with you. So every year I play the Star Spangled Banner like Jimi Hendrix style over the over the bay, the fireworks.
Ooh, okay.
And I got a
Ooh.
really good video of it this year, so
Nice.
I'll share
Oh,
that
yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Please share.
I'm not one to toot my horn too much, but this was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Do
I
you
was
want
pretty-
to
I was
share
pretty
it with
pleased.
us? Are you able to play it for us?
If you have it on the iPad, you can share it with us.
Yeah, I mean I uploaded it to YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know if that's possible. But
Or just put the link in the chat and then we'll click
Yeah.
on it from here.
all right,
Yeah.
give me 1 second on that.
All
All
right.
right.
Let's
Yeah, I'd love to
talk.
see
Let's
that.
talk
That
about
was
the
cool.
news while he's
All right.
looking.
Okay, so news. So Green Day's playing a gig, and one of Billy Joe Armstrong's things that he does is he'll often like bring people up, from the audience to come up and either play with the band or just play. I think it's the coolest thing. A lot of times what he'll do is he'll say, okay, who plays guitar? And then somebody will raise their hand, and then they come up, and then somebody else will play drums, and somebody else will play bass, and then they form a band out of the audience. And the point of it is to play is to play one of Green Day's songs. And the general message is because the tunes are so simple, pretty much anybody can play it. I love that's one of my favorite things about Green Day. Anyway, so guitar player comes up, sets up his own rig and then plays Wonderwall
Instead of Good Riddance.
in, at a Green Day gig. So what happened? So
Hey, Marty Friedman did a similar thing. He invites I don't know if it's staged or not, but I've seen him do it at other gigs. Like he just looks for someone in the crowd to come up and play. And
okay.
so I raised my hand, but of course I was too far back. But
Oh, you couldn't see it.
so
Well,
so I don't know. but
well,
but that was kind of
you
cool.
get it right in his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or get a big sign or
Yeah.
a big arrow that points right to you.
Yeah, pick me. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
You think they planned it?
I don't know.
It's kind of
so
a comical thing, and it's been all over the internet.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. So so according to this, I'm reading it here. So Liam Gallagher, yes, the Oasis singer, even chimed in on X, calling it the best song of the night. So I think
Of course, that's his tune.
yeah, right, of course. So I think it's just some nut busting there.
Yeah, probably. And then Orianthi has a new album coming out. Have you guys heard of that? It's her fifth solo album. I
Isn't
didn't
it
know she
out?
had five.
Is it out?
Yeah,
'Cause I think I
some
was
kind
listening
of
to it.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to a little bit of it.
I haven't
Man,
heard
that
it,
girl
but
that girl can play. Ooh, she good.
I know.
Yeah, she's great.
She's amazing. I love her.
And okay, so there was a thing about she's putting together an all-female supergroup with Cindy Blackman Santana, Rhonda Smith, who's a bass player. If you don't know about her, she's amazing, and Orianthi.
Beck.
Julie, you got to hire Julie. If you're gonna put together an all-female supergroup, put Julie in the band.
Pick
Believe
me.
me.
Pick me. I have an arrow in my head too.
Totally.
And then Willie Nelson, he had to cancel his Outlaw Festival set after severe weather damaged his touring gear. Oh, it's so horrible. But Trigger was fine. His guitar, the one with the big holes.
Yeah. Have you ever played a gig where just like the sky just opened up on you? One of the first gigs that Julie and I played at, we got rained on like
Westwood
horrifically.
Day.
Yeah.
And then remember in Jackson, Wyoming?
Oh,
Up at the
God.
gondola, the last time we played there.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we played a gig in Jackson, Wyoming, at the top on the top of a mountain. It took basically all day to get our gear up these gondolas up to the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
And
we had to have a few people waiting for the gondola to come up, and then people down below putting the gear on the gondola, and then
Yeah.
we.
Oof.
Sounds like a
Crazy.
Spinal Tap episode.
Yeah, it kind of was. And then we get up there and it rained like crazy.
We did bring our own Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Inflatables, though.
Yes.
Hey, did you guys hear that Nancy Wilson of Heart and her guitar player got a bunch of gear stolen, and then they actually recovered it and found it?
Where'd they
Fairly
find
recent.
it?
Yeah, so like one of her main guitars was stolen,
Oh, no.
and a mandolin, like a really expensive Gibson mandolin from her guitar player was somebody just nicked it from the
Oh.
backstage, and they were gone for weeks, and then I think she got the guitar back first somehow, and then he wound
Wow.
up getting the mandolin back, but it was quite a story.
That's a miracle when that happens, because usually you just never see your stuff again.
Yeah, well, I thought about it because of the female. We were talking about Orianthi and the female band, and I think it's tremendous when I see that. I just love that so much when I see, because let's admit it, Julie, right? It's a very male dom. I mean, especially rock and roll, right? I mean, other areas of
Yeah.
music, but it's a very male dominated kind of scene and thing, right? In general, right? Like, I mean, and when I see the girls, there's a group called The Warning
Oh yeah,
from Mexico. They're three
yeah,
sisters, and they are unreal. If you guys haven't checked them out, they are so good. And
yeah. They're good.
they're three teenage sisters from Mexico, and man, they rock. They just so rock.
I
I
love
just
that.
yeah. Have you checked them out, Julie?
I've never heard them, but
Oh,
I
they're so
will.
good. You
I
gotta
will
check 'em out.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love to support that.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, nobody wanted to play in a band with me. They were like, "No, we're not ever going to have girls in our bands." And then everybody was like, "Well, why don't you start a girl band?" And I'm like, "No.
Yeah,
I just want to play with good people."
You ever hear
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Wendy and Lisa? You ever hear of I mean, there's the list. There's a pretty good list of. Doesn't matter. I mean, so.
Right. No, but I do think it's amazing. If I could be in a girl supergroup, that was just me and my teenage angst.
Yeah.
Get
Trying to
get Mohini Day on bass.
Okay.
Have you heard her?
No.
Oh my god. Go look her up. She's insane.
Okay.
And she's playing with everybody these days. Like she just toured with Greg Howe.
Oh, I think I did
but-
see her.
Yeah, she's
I think I saw.
Indian girl.
Yeah.
She's been on Rick Beato too, which everybody's seen his stuff. But she was just here. She played Cambridge like a couple weeks ago. I was bummed because I couldn't. It was like a night I wasn't gonna be able to make it because of school.
Which venue?
So, it was somewhere in Cambridge, something with an R, like Regatta Bar or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice. That's a
So-
good place.
But I'm going to see. Speaking of girl players, Laurie Basilio. If you guys know her, she's an insane guitar player. She's coming to the winery, and
Ooh.
you should check her stuff out. She's probably one of the best instrumental guitar players out there right now.
Love that.
She's
I need
really
to
good.
get into new things.
Yeah, she was at Petrucci's camp, so
Oh,
if that means anything.
that does mean a
Did you,
lot.
did you go to the camp? Did you go to the camp?
I didn't. I'd love to go to one because I know his tech, but that doesn't help with any discount.
Yeah.
I don't have an extra
seems
like
like
3-4
a
grand
really-
laying around.
But you get the whole experience at the
Yeah.
hotel and your food, and doesn't he
Yeah.
barbecue for everybody? One of
Yeah.
the
He does.
days? I know that.
He takes one day and then like does this cookout where he cooks 300 hamburgers.
Oh my
Well,
God.
didn't you do one, John?
I did back in 2018.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do another one at some point in the near future.
If he does another one in New York, maybe I'll. It's just trying to get to like
Then you don't
LA
have to travel
or
so far.
yeah, LA or he's doing it in Vegas this year, so it's like
Nice.
it's too much for me to work in.
Yeah.
I did put the Star Spangled Banner in the chat.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if you
Oh,
saw
yeah.
it.
You
Okay.
want to grab it?
Yeah, I'll get it. Hold on.
We got the computer across the room for some reason. There it is. Oh, we need to share now. It's very quiet. Don't forget computer audio. Share computer.
Sound.
There.
Optimize for video sharing. Share.
Sweet.
I hear the fireworks.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
So
for sharing that. Thanks for checking that
Yeah.
out.
So
Yeah, it was
tell me
pretty,
about the rig. Tell me
it
about
was
the
it
rig
was
you used.
it was Brad Cole filmed it. He was on the gig on sax.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
rad.
he took the video.
Well,
I
that's
love
amazing.
it.
Yeah, man, it's so fun. I mean, like I'm really grateful to you guys that I could talk about this because um, it looks like I'm just kind of rocking out and having fun and playing it and everything. But there's there's so many emotions going through me as I'm
Oh,
playing it,
sure.
I bet.
and you couldn't see it, but there was a lot of people, like it
Yeah.
was over the bay, and there was people everywhere, and we had big speakers pointed out all over. That was all over the whole bay on Cape Cod that they could
Yeah.
hear me. So I was like, oh man, thinking about just your feelings about the day and what it's all about, and I don't know. There was just a lot of feelings, and a lot of that, I kind of just have a sketch of how to play it. Like I'm trying not to screw up the melody,
Right.
right?
Because
Because I mean,
everybody knows it.
I think there was one wrong note. You guys probably heard it. There was one wrong note that I played.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
well, it
anymore.
was towards the end, but anyway, there's one. I was like, oh damn, because I wanted it to be so perfect. But like all that stuff with the whammy bar and the feet, like I did not, I just kind of like I just played it, and
Right.
it was going, and I'm just like hang on because I hope I don't screw up,
Right.
and I
Right.
didn't because
It was
I'm not
great.
and I'm not a big practicer. I mean I because I work, I do other things. I mean I try to practice as much as I can, but I really didn't practice it that much because I had other things I was working on and stuff, and into the weekend, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot, like I almost forgot I have to play it. So I picked up the guitar that day, which was the 4th, and I started working through it because I had played it before, but I
Right.
was scared, what a bleepless, because I'm like,
So
am I
much
actually gonna be
pressure.
able to remember this? And it just kind of, yeah. So, thank you so much for checking that out and let me share it because it meant a lot to
Absolutely.
me. I mean, um, it's not that easy of a thing to play, actually.
No.
No, and
No.
you put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
You weren't Jimi Hendrix, right? You had the spirit of Hendrix, but you did it in your own way,
Yeah.
which I
That's right.
really appreciate that too.
Well, you guys are all familiar with the original Hendrix, right? When
Oh
he did that
gosh,
Sure.
with,
yeah,
I mean, there's
absolutely.
nothing more iconic, right?
Yeah,
But like, I tried to incorporate that with some of my own, my own spin. But
yeah,
you know, to hear Jimi Hendrix play that, right? I mean, do you guys remember the first time that you heard that? You heard the
yeah.
Jimi Hendrix starts.
Oh,
It's
for
kind of
sure.
one of those things you'll never forget. Like when you hear that, and when
No.
and
Yeah.
he's doing the and he's imitating
And
the
then
bombs and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the thing about that was so incredibly powerful was that our national anthem has always been this kind of staid, conservative, like Pledge of Allegiance,
Yes.
very kind of mainstream concept of a thing. And when
yes.
he did that, it just changed the game. It changed like
It was the biggest protest ever.
culturally, yeah. It was, but it was just so profound.
Yeah.
So
And especially as a black man.
well, yes, I mean,
Yeah.
and everything else that was going on, but it was still
Yes.
patriotic at the
Vietnam.
same time. I mean, for
Yes.
him to actually come out and do that, with the catalog that he had already had at that point, he's like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm going to play the national anthem, and it blew everybody's mind, including
Yeah.
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Yeah. And wait, like, what does it say that like 60 years later we're still talking about it?
Right.
Yeah.
And we should be.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
so many guitar players have done it. It's like you always have to. You feel like you're gonna get one upped by somebody. Like if you ever see Steve Vai, hear his version of it.
Yeah.
I haven't. It must be unbelievable.
Yeah, he did it. It was for some MTV thing. I think like they were playing. I think it was like a baseball game or something. But I remember it was on MTV and Steve Vai it was ridiculous. It was like
Eric
Yeah.
Johnson did
it
one
was-
too.
Yeah, his was. Yeah, I think it was the same type of thing.
A baseball game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slash
Some like
Slash
MTV thing or something.
Slash did it, and he tore the roof off the place with it too. He does a really
Oh.
cool
Yeah.
one. But I've heard
his
some bad
playing.
ones too.
Right.
I mean, I think Santana came out and did one, and it was pretty lame.
Oh no.
Um, But
Wasn't there the Super Bowl recently or some big game where that woman came out and she had been drinking?
oh, it
And
was
she even
terrible. Yeah,
apologized later because she did such a bad job.
it's not an easy song to sing. I mean, I'm
No.
glad,
No.
Especially if you start in the wrong key.
Yeah,
right,
if you
right.
start too high, you're done.
Well,
Yeah.
the coolest
Those
version, my favorite
rockets.
version is Marvin Gaye. Um, have you guys heard that Marvin Gaye singing it
No.
at the NBA
No.
All Star game in the '80s?
No,
So
no.
Ugh.
I don't want to take up the whole time with this, but do yourself a favor and YouTube Marvin Gaye NBA All Star game. He puts
It's
on
probably
and this is like in the '80s, right? Like mid '80s, or early '80s, and or it might have even been like 1980, and he puts on a backing track, like a funky rhythm track,
right.
and
Oh,
he's got the
wow.
shades on, and he's like, oh, Cindy, and he kind of just does his own like
Oh.
real like cool, just romantic, awesome version of it, and it's my favorite
God.
version, I think.
I gotta check
Wow.
that out.
Yeah.
So years ago I had a thing. I was driving home from work, and I get home. This was actually before cell phones was a thing, so this would have been like maybe
A
2000.
long time ago.
Yeah. So so I'm listening to a voicemail message, and it says, "Hey, listen, this is Casey from the Boston Celtics. We have Chubby Checker here at the at the Boston Guard. Well, what was it then? At the Fleet Center, I think it was called at the time, and he's supposed to sing the national anthem." But he fired the guitar player that we hired to do it because he didn't like it. So he wants the guy from the Boston Pops. We were wondering if you wouldn't mind coming down and accompanying him on the national anthem. And so went, well, okay, look, I just got home from work. I think it was like 6:30 and the game was supposed to start at 7:30.
Oh, wow.
So, so I said, well, I'll give it hell. I'll try to get there as quick as I can, and we'll see if we can make this work. So the only thing is, what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to, you got to give me someplace where I can pull up and hand somebody the keys to my car, and you could park it somewhere so I can just kind of run in and do the gig because this is going to be right down to the wire. So they say, yeah, that's fine. So we'll do that. So it turned out that when I got there, that Chubby didn't really care that much about the accompaniment. What he was nervous about was exactly what Liam said. It's like it's a hard song to sing. It's like if you sing it too high, you're done. So that was the thing. He was having a hell of a time of figuring out like what what note he should start on, and the guitar player that they hired was no help. So as soon as I figured that out, I just kind of listened to, so, okay, Chubby, what's the highest note you can sing? And he goes, whatever note it was. And I think he ended up, I think he came up with G as his highest note. So I said, okay, so if G is your highest note, that's Rocket's Red Glare, okay? So if Rocket's Red Glare is the note G, then you're in the key of C. Oh, say, can you see? So when I went out and so we worked it out, and when we went out there, I literally just went, okay, Chubby, ready? Oh, and I just sang the opening pitch, and he goes, oh, say, can you see? Da 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 da, and that was all I played. We just played sort of.
And he did all right.
And he did great. He did
Good.
great. His issue was, I think he said yes to the gig and then realized what he was signing up for.
And then you get there and it
and then he
feels
gets
way
there
different.
and like nobody knows how to help him.
Or they're
Can you
playing
believe he
music.
wasn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame until this year? This is he just got inducted
Really?
this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
How did
God.
that happen?
I know, right?
He
There's still a ton of people who should be in there.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, I saw that he was one of the inductees. I'm like, he's not in there already.
Yeah, that's
What are
crazy.
we talking about?
But man, he was the nicest guy. Like, and after the whole thing was done, he gave me this huge hug. He's like, "Oh my God, thank you!" So,
That's
it
what
was-
I say to John every time he plays with me.
I love these conversations, and I did see Julie the last time I was on that some people did check it out and whatever, and I'm sure that they'll fast forward. People will check some of this and listen to the conversations, but what I love about the story that John just told, and I think you told me that story before, John, is that being a guitar player, and just going to kind of full circle back to what we're all here for, is talk about guitar playing. It's not just about your fingers and a fretboard and the instrument and what notes and what. It's about stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Well,
you took your role as an accompanist, and you took it like a step further, just psychologically and everything else, to make this guy, this famous, very famous, feel comfortable with what he was doing. And it's like, it's not always just about the notes and the chords, and it's about thinking about music in general, and taking your expertise or whatever, and translating it into something positive in a different way. And
Yeah.
it's just so cool,
Like
that
supporting someone else. That's what we
well,
are a
right.
lot
and,
of
and but
times.
but
They're
it, but
supporting the song.
yeah, but it's funny how being a guitar player or a music, I mean, I guess a musician in general, it just takes all those twists and turns, and it helped you save the day, John, right? So cool.
Yeah. Save the day.
Yeah, I'd say
Well,
it's super rare for a guitar player to do that. To think about the
Yeah.
other guy.
It's all about us all the
that's right.
time.
Although,
How can you make me better, John?
yeah,
Kudos, John.
although the coolest part of it was that was that I had like ringside seats for the game.
Oh,
You know, it's like I
there
got
you
to
go.
stay. I don't even remember who they played or even whether they won or lost.
That's karma. Instant
But
karma.
I was like right on top of it. That was amazing. You know,
All right. So we have some discussion questions we could ask, or John has a fun backing track. What would you guys prefer?
Well, I will say that I love that pink Charbel, Julie. I love that guitar, by the
Oh,
way.
well, thank you. If you
Can
were
you
here, I'd let you play it.
can you tell us a little bit about it, about how you got it, what the story is behind it, and
Yeah.
what drew you to that particular guitar? Because it is a really cool guitar.
it is a cool.
Well, have you
guitar.
ever gone to Matt's Music in
In
Weymouth?
Weymouth,
Yeah.
I think I was there once. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But I turned 50 just a few years ago. I'm going to be 53 now, but John took me to Matt's Music one day and said, pick a guitar for your 50th birthday. And so they have all these beautiful guitars, a lot of relic guitars. Some of them are $5,000. The sewer ones, right?
Yeah,
Which they have
Don't
a
pick
bunch of
that one.
Charvels.
yeah.
Yeah.
Charvel's.
They have beautiful boutique amps and fun pedals. Like it's a candy store for us. And they have a very good repair person too. So
Yes.
we're always taking our stuff there for setups. Go Matt's Music. But
So
anyway,
where's that in Weymouth?
in
Just
Weymouth on
opposite-
Route 18.
Yeah, so Route 18 on
Okay.
in Weymouth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
Like
Matt's
Check
just
that
as
out.
you come into just before you come into Abington.
Yeah.
It's on
Oh,
the
so-
right hand side of it. Yeah.
So when you get off 3 and you go toward that, it's. Oh, so I
Yes.
must have passed it because
Yes, you definitely did. If
my
you come
dad
in-
was going to you, and then my dad was in the South Shore for a little bit last year.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
my dad
So-
lives down in Norwell, so I'm down there sometimes. I'll have to check
Okay.
that out.
Oh, you should check it out. You'd love
Yeah.
it. It's just
Well,
beautiful.
Well,
They
what drew
just have
what drew you to this particular one, Julie?
well, first the color, of course. But it
Yeah.
has this they call it roasted maple
Yeah.
neck, and it just has this beautiful smooth texture. Like it doesn't feel sticky. I don't love that thick glossy finish. And it's got these really kind of jumbo flat frets that I like. It has beautiful locking tuners, which are a delight. I love that. And a good whammy bar. I could do my little bombs. That's my
It's
July
awesome.
4th bombs.
yeah.
Yeah, but it feels nice. It's got humbucker and 2 singles, so it's real versatile. The neck pickup is super smooth. Yeah. But then it's got a nice crunch. I don't know. It just felt like it had everything, and
Yeah.
it wasn't phenomenally expensive. John's like, "You want that one? Oh, thank God."
That's not true.
This one was 1,000, which is a bit. That's a pretty expensive guitar, but
Yeah.
not compared to some of the other ones that were there. But
So
it's been dreamy. I love it. I play it more than anything right now.
It's so you, and it's so great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
what are the pickups? Are they just like kind of stock Charvel
Seymour Duncan.
or Seymour? Okay, nice. Yeah, I got
Yes.
some for my Les Paul that I really like, but then I put some Fishman P90s in it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put the Seymour Duncans back in.
Oh,
And
you don't like him?
that was it. I mean, they're okay, but I don't know. I really liked especially on the clean tones. I just felt like the Seymour Duncan was so much better.
Yeah, I've been
know.
liking it.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of brings me up to one of the discussion questions that I wrote down here. It's your desert island rig. So if you're going away to a desert island with electricity, it's not your usual desert island.
Right.
What guitar, amp, and pedal? If you could just bring those three
Ooh.
things.
It just has to be 1 amp.
Yeah.
One amp, one pedal,
Oh,
one guitar.
Man, oh, that is rough. That's like asking who your favorite child is.
We know we all have one. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, what's yours, Julie? Why don't you lead it off? That's a good question.
I would pick the Charvel,
There you
and
go.
I have a Marshall.
answer.
What is that thing called? The
What, your Marshall?
yeah, the little
It's
Marshall
a
come up.
DSL 4.
DSL, Dual Super Lead 40C. I love that little amp, and you know, this distortion, this JCM 900 is pretty nice, but I love a delay. I'd probably bring my digital delay.
Give
So
yourself
my-
some ambiance.
some ambiance in the woods or on the beach or wherever I am stranded. How about you?
Okay. For an amp, it would be a toss-up between a Mesa Boogie Mark 7 or a Dumble Super Overdrive. I haven't. The only reason why I'm not naming it flat out is because I've never played through one. I played through a Dumble clone amp, and I really didn't like it.
Oh.
You know, so that's the qualification. Based on the kind of tones that Carl was getting, it's like, yeah, I would be fine if that was my only amp ever.
I wonder
know.
for myself if there's enough gain for myself.
Was he
Yeah.
playing a Strat, John? Was Carl playing a Strat?
Yes, yeah, he was playing a Strat.
Yeah. So
Um,
good.
So that probably my flashback delay would be the pedal I would take with me, and only because it's I've got delay for but it's also got a looper function,
That's right.
so I can also do loopy stuff. So I can jam with myself. If I'm on a desert island, it's gonna get lonely,
Right.
Guitar.
It's got to be the Red Ibanez, John, right?
I know. That's his
Probably
fave.
the Red Ibanez.
Yeah.
Probably the Red Ibanez. And actually, this guitar is sort of the mass-produced version of the Red Ibanez I have. The Red Ibanez I have it's based on the SV model, and this is the stock SV. And mine. The difference is my Red has Seymour Duncan pickups. It's also got 22 frets instead of 24.
John likes 22 better, so
Yeah.
you can have the pickup right where the harmonics come out.
Yeah, because I feel like if you get if you have the pickup directly underneath that harmonic for the neck pickup, that the neck pickup sounds better. Although this one, the neck sounds pretty good.
Smooth.
Anyway, yeah.
like
So yeah, that would probably be it for me.
That'd be a sweet tone.
Yeah.
So John, real quick. So I'm sure you saw Jeff Beck live, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's been another guitar player that I've seen live who the guitar is like an appendage. when that guy
Yes.
put the guitar on, it was like an arm, or you know, it was so much a part of him and who he
Yes.
Yeah.
was, and his like it was like one of his appendages. And that red Ibanez with you, I just feel, I kind of, when I watch you play it and we're on stage, or I just kind of feel like that guitar, because that was the guitar that you had when you taught me 30 years ago.
Oh
And you're
my
still,
It's
and you're,
actually
God.
yeah, I mean, and
no.
you're still
It,
rocking it, you know.
it's actually not the same guitar.
It's not,
He's
well,
got
you had a
two
similar,
reds.
one.
Yeah. The other one, the other one is actually up on the wall behind me. Hold on, I'll go grab it. and I'll show
That's
you.
the one that you had the promotion for at Daddy's Junkie Music, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go grab it.
Oh, you got the OG right there, huh?
Yeah. The OG is actually hanging up on the wall back here.
The OG.
Yeah.
Very cool. But that's great, Julie, when you can find an act like that you really,
Yeah.
you know, that you kind of feel is really part of you and your own. It's not easy to do.
No. And I don't think I would ever buy one off of Amazon or something, or even Sweetwater, because how do you know just from a picture?
Right.
You
Correct.
know?
Yeah, I bought a Taylor off Sweetwater, and I ended up selling it because I just.
It was a bust.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it just. I don't know. I was same way. I'm kind of leery about if I can't play it first. That it's like, how do you know if it's decent?
Yeah.
Actually, my Paul Reed Smith is pretty nice though. I have a 7-string that was I got off
Ooh.
Reverb that it actually that one worked out, and it was cheap too. for,
Wow. I
So-
bet a Paul Reed Smith, there's probably not a bad one when I think
Yeah.
about it.
right.
But I don't know. I went to Nashville one time and played the 314 CE at Gruen
Yeah.
Guitars, and I fell in love with that guitar. And I was thinking to myself, as soon as I get back to Tacoma, I'm gonna buy one of these because I love it. And then a few days later, I went to an open mic night at a different music store, and they had the same model. And I picked it up and played it, and it was not the same.
Right.
So I
They're
knew
all different.
I had to go
Yeah.
buy that one. That was my guitar.
Quick
It
story
was
about that
crazy.
while John's tuning up. So I had a 52 reissue Telecaster, like the original butterscotch one. Well, Liam's got a nice Telecaster there, so he knows what I'm talking about. I had the original first one they ever made, like the broadcaster, you know, butterscotch with the. They even made it to the vintage spec where the neck pickup had the tone rolled off automatically and all that. And but anyway, so this guitar was awesome, and you know, it was one of my, and I had to sell it because I fell on some hard times, and I had to
Oh.
sell it to one of my students back in the early 2000s, and I got my hands on another one, a 52 reissue from, you know, that same, you know, and it was so completely different.
Right.
And my point is that each one, like Julie, you could pick up a pink Charvel exactly like that one, the next one that came off the
It's not going
line,
to be the same.
and it's going to feel and play and sound completely different. That's the amazing thing about it, right?
Well, it's wood. It's alive. It's the fingerprint.
Yeah.
You know, the way I don't know,
That's
the way the
OG,
wood
John.
ages over time,
Yeah.
the seasons. I don't know. There's so
Yeah.
much in a tree
Yeah.
that lives on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've all got that guitar that we regret selling, and that's mine, one of mine. But
Yeah.
John, that's the OG right there in your hands.
This is the OG. Yeah. So this is
Playmaker?
from 1994. This is an S model, and it was the first completely custom guitar that they did for me. So this one again is 22 frets. It is a bolt-on neck guitar. It's Yeah, it does actually, and it's got the lock nut whammy bar system from Ibanez. Originally, I had it with EMG pickups,
Oh.
and I loved it at first, and I just after a few years I got just kind of tired of the EMG sound. So these are Seymour Duncans. So
Ooh.
this is a JB, and these two are called Duckbuckers. So they're both
Nice.
actually humbucker pickups.
But they're in the
But they
shape of a
sound
single
kind
coil.
of single coily, you know, and it's a better balance between that. Yeah, so and then that's the
Right.
that's the bridge pickup right there.
Is that retired from the stage?
What?
Is that one retired from the stage at this point?
Well, the other red sounds so much better than this one
Oh, okay.
does.
There you go.
You know, that's kind of what it is. I mean, it sounds good, but if you A/B this one against the other one, it's not even close. You know, like it just and it's not that it's a bad sounding guitar. I mean, you know. One thing I do like about it is that the whammy bar. Right?
That's a
I mean, it
hard
really.
tune.
Yeah, like it does a lot of really nice things.
And what was your amp? Your Desert Island amp, John? You said Mason.
Probably the Dumble.
The Dumble. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we've heard from Liam. Liam, what's yours?
Yeah, I don't really know on amps. I mean, I have the Friedman JJ Jr., which is pretty nice. It's pretty fierce.
Is it a combo?
No, so I have the head, and then I have a Hughes and Kettner like 112 cab.
That's
with
what
it.
I
Yeah,
use.
that's what we have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You guys were using those at that gig that I went to a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's nice. I mean, I haven't gotten the greatest tones with this guitar. This would probably be the Desert Island guitar of all my guitars, I guess, right now. So I don't really have my Desert Island guitar, but I really like this one. As a friend of mine was selling it, and I played it, and I was like, dude, that's amazing. And I told him I was looking for a Telly,
Right.
and then a few weeks later, he's like, oh, my Telly's at like $600 on eBay, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, take it down. I'm buying it from you. Like, what are you doing? You know I wanted that guitar. So
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
yeah.
Did you choose a Telly after you played this one of his?
No,
or
I was
did you want one
yeah,
before?
I for some reason I was looking for one. I don't really know why, because I don't.
They're
It's not
classic.
like I have a ton of Telly players that I mean, maybe Jeff Beck, but I don't.
tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know like why I was wanting a Telly. Probably because I didn't really want a Strat, because I like Strats, and I get the whole volume knob thing, but it's always in the way for me. It's like, especially if I have to palm mute the
Right.
higher strings, it doesn't work for me. And I know it's great for the volume swells and stuff, but for me it's more annoying than helpful, because I don't really
Yeah.
mess with the volume too much, on a regular basis, so it's not something
find
I
that,
care about.
yeah, I find that Tellys are really good at like what you put into a Telly is exactly what comes out. You know, like it's a great instrument for keeping you honest. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, I
My Charvel helps me lie.
so you know, couple of years ago, I had like an unusually large tax tax return one year. So
Those were the good old days.
yeah, so
Before the new tax.
yeah, so I just kind of went, you know what? I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down to Guitar Center, and I'm going to buy a Telecaster. And what happened was I went down, and to the one in Braintree, and they were great. I just basically said I want to buy a Telecaster. I want to play all of them because because I just don't know which one. For the reasons that you guys were talking about. Every guitar comes from a different tree, right? So
Yeah.
they're all going to sell. So what happened was, they had some that were like over $3,000. They had a bunch that were like in the 1,500 range, and they had this one Mexican Telecaster that had 3 pickups, and it was like $700, right? The wildest thing was that guitar, like it was hands down, sounded way better than all the rest of them.
And it felt good.
And it felt amazing.
It's so funny how that works.
Yeah.
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 Love it.
So that's the one I came home with. Phil, you've played that one.
Yeah, remember when my string broke? I had to pick that one up and play it at the fallen
Yeah.
center. But it was great. It's a great guitar.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with mine. I mean, I've been thinking about this as we've been talking, and I'm like, I think if I was on a desert island, I'd want to have just a really good acoustic guitar. That's the first thing
Yeah.
that comes to my mind, like a really nice sounding Martin or Gibson or whatever, because I would just want to play and sing acoustic. If
Yeah.
given right. But
Yeah.
as far as an electric rig, and it's only because it's what I know, it would be the 335. The
Oh.
Gibson 335.
Yeah.
Because to me, that guitar, out of all the guitars that I have, not only does it have that big fat Gibson humbucker, which you can't, to me, just can't get out of anything else than a Gibson.
Yeah.
A Les
That's
Paul or you can't get that big huge Gibson sound out of anything else but a Paul or. But not only that, but the semi hollow body aspect of it, you can jazz with it. You know what I mean? You can blues
Yep.
with it.
Yeah.
You can, and I tell you, you crank that thing, and I think I would have to go with like a Marshall stack. You take a 335 through a Marshall stack, a la Alvin Lee,
Wow.
a la Alvin Lee at Woodstock, and
Oh, God.
that's pretty much, I think that's
Big.
pretty much all I would need.
My baby.
Yeah, going home. I'm going home.
Those are some deep lyrics.
What about a pedal?
I tell
Would
though,
you
man,
bring a pedal?
He was a great player, man. Check out some of
Yes.
he was nasty. Pedal, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd want. Do you really need a dirt pedal if you're going to crank up a Marshall?
Yeah, if you have a wonderful amp, you don't need it.
But they do some of them. I mean, John, have you played Marshall stacks? I mean, do they clean up? Do they clean up well at all, or
No.
are they just for that overdrive
No,
sound?
no, they really.
That's what you
they-
suffer.
They, I mean, the clean sound is okay,
Yeah.
but all the Marshalls that I've played, and I've had a couple of them.
All right, so you sure I can't bring along a Fender Twin or something? just to sneak
Yeah.
it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fender clean. There's nothing like
Because
the
like
Fender
Eric
clean.
Johnson, get the Marshall stack and the Twin right next to each other, and he ABs them
Imagine.
back and forth.
Maybe
That's what
we'll
if
be able
if
to
I
have
could,
a
that's what I would
roadie.
do.
Yeah, when we get the road crew, then we'll think about multiple amp setups.
To our desert island. Did you choose
Cool.
a pedal, Liam?
No, I'd probably go with a looper pedal.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
you
Keep the
can,
boredom at bay.
yeah, because I'm not a great like kind of solo guitar player,
That's
like
not
playing
true.
chord melody and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to create some accompaniment and
Totally.
just like rip.
It makes me think of Castaway.
Yeah.
Wilson!
Wilson! Yeah, exactly.
No. I mean, desert island. It wouldn't just be us lonely. Maybe that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're stuck on a desert island all by yourself.
That and Jeff Beck's Blow by Blow.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, what was that you said about that record, John? It's the greatest guitar album with the worst sound. With
Oh
the
yeah.
worst guitar
I don't know
sound.
if I don't know if you've ever listened. If you've listened to
I
some
don't
of
love
the
the
tones.
tones.
Some of the tones that he gets on that he got on that album, some of them
They're gnarly.
sound like he plugged straight into the board,
Right.
and then they just like overdrive the preamp, and that was the, and Bob's your uncle,
But it's so great.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
yeah, and then I use the example of George Harrison on the early Beatles records. I mean, his guitar is just awful. I mean, if
Yes.
you listen to the sound of George Harrison's out of tune Gretsch Country Gentleman on the early Beatles records,
it.
it's
Oh, yeah.
but I mean, they were incredible, right? I mean, we talk about the greatest group of all time, but the guitar sound was abysmal. It was just crazy.
I think growing up in the 80s just wrecked me because I love the tones from the 80s. Beautiful distortion.
Yeah.
Although sometimes my favorite in the 90s was the ART SGX 2000 and it just sounded horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That was the age of the ADA. Like the
Yes.
Yes, the ADA. And the
I had one of
JMP
those.
one,
Yeah,
Rack
that's
Matt.
what I had.
the Marshall.
Yeah,
I
in fact,
actually this band Fates Warning. I don't know if you know them, but
Oh,
sure.
yes.
I actually picked up. Frank Aresti had traded in all his gear to Daddy's. This was in Connecticut. It's their Connecticut band. So when I went, I traded a bunch of stuff, and I got Frank's ADA and his and the pedal and like the so on the
Wow.
Oh,
back
right,
of
they
the
had a switching pedal.
yeah, so on the back of the pedal it had Fates Warning like spray painted, they had
Wow,
done
that's cool.
the thing for it. So I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
this is
that's so.
incredible."
So do you still have it?
No, I got rid of it. Probably
It
shouldn't
didn't
have
sound
because
very
I
good.
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't well, I never really had a great rig with it. Like I had a crate stack at the time, so it was okay. It did what it needed to do, but
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
eventually I
Well,
was
just wasn't as good as
it
that
was
SGX 2000.
yeah, but it was probably one of those things where I needed some other
It was
gear
pink,
and
though.
just
Yeah.
just like Phil, I had to like sell something that I didn't want to. So I don't
Yeah.
know. What are you gonna
That's
do?
That's amazing.
Stinks when you don't have money.
I've had so many rigs. In fact, Carl Verheyen. So back in the mid '90s, at that time, I had a rig that had two Marshall 412s. So I think it was a Mesa Boogie Triaxis.
I had one of those.
The Alesis Quadriverb,
The
right?
quadriverb. I
Remember
had
the
a Q
Quadriverb?
too.
Yeah. So then also the Mesa Boogie 290, right? And
Of course.
and I had everything.
That thing's heavy.
Yeah. So I had
Like
so
a
I had
20
all the
space rack.
yeah.
Remember those? Like,
Yeah.
who would take that to
Yeah.
a gig?
Well,
At least they were on wheels.
When in it's funny when all the Line Sixes and Klempers or Kempers or whatever they call them, that all these modeling things they do now,
Yeah.
Cortex. I mean, there's all these guys getting out to this digital things and where you can just dial up any rig and configure it the way you want. Well,
Yep.
I had that in 1990
Right.
because I had, it was funny, I had this it's called an ADA, and it was a rack mount thing, and then I had something similar to an Alesis, but it was like a digital signal process DSP where I
Right.
could just dial up like any effect, and this was a 1980s probably technology.
Right.
And then I had a
right.
Rockman MIDI pedal.
Oh,
So I
a
would
Rockman.
so I would actually just
I had the
dial
same
up my
pedal.
patches, and I'd have like a Marshall with a chorus with a this and a that and one, and then I'd have a Fender with a this and a that and the other, and then I'd have so I had like all these banks of sounds, and I'm like, and all these guys are like, oh, these new digital things that you just like dial up and you. I'm like, yeah, dude, I had that in 1989.
Back in the day, they
Now I just like plugging
switching
into
systems.
now I just like plugging a good guitar into a good nice tube amp, and
Yeah.
I'm good with that now.
Yeah, me too.
That's what Carl did, right? John had this really elaborate rack,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what-
Carl was like,
Yeah, so I was playing a gig at Bunratty's, and Carl was in town, so I invited him to sit in. So I had an extra Fender Twin that I just kind of brought with me. So I've got my big old stereo rig. I've got all the MIDI presets. I've got the whole thing mapped out, right? Carl shows up, and like he didn't know any of the tunes. He was just kind of, And what was amazing was, compared to the tone he was getting, mine sounded like an electric banjo. I thought I had it dialed in.
it's just like, wee, 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 wee.
And then he shows up and he's got this, he was playing a Strat through, it was an Ibanez Tube Screamer pedal. He had
Okay.
with him. And he made it sound great. I mean, he's a great player.
John, do you remember when you opened for Steve Morse trio? It was Steve Morse, Van Romain on drums, and his bass player at the time, I forget the guy's name.
Dave LaRue.
Dave LaRue, there you go.
Dave LaRue, yeah.
And then you did a thing before him. You opened up at Berkeley
Yeah.
Performance Center. I don't know if you remember that particular show.
I
would you
played with
forget?
him a few times.
Yeah, but I was there, right? And I was like right in front of Steve, and Steve comes out with this space age. We were talking about plugging a basic Fender into a
Yeah.
Fender. Well, he's like way the other way, right? He had a rack from here to here.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and the funniest thing, I was with a buddy of mine who was also like a guitar nerd. He's like, what is he? He has like a calculator. He had like a calculator on his guitar,
What?
yeah, like
Yeah,
a
right, right,
keypad.
right. No,
Like,
it was.
Oh,
I
it was
know.
a MIDI pickup.
and we were
Yeah.
He
trying
had
to
a
figure out
MIDI
what it
pickup,
is.
I
Like, my
think.
buddy's like, what is that? He has like a computer like on like
Yeah.
stuff on the guitar. And we
It was
just-
probably when we saw him, he had this MIDI pickup and he played synth. There was a
Right.
synthesizer patch along with the guitar, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. One thing that Steve has done was doing at the time. I don't know if he still does it, but he used to carry 3 amplifiers. So one was just the amp that he would plug into, and then he would take a send out of that out of the line out send from that, and plug that into his effects rack, and then coming out of the effects rack, he had volume controls for every effect, and that would come out 2 amps like in stereo.
Oh my gosh.
So he always had 1 amp that was like just like a direct guitar sound, and then the effects would come out these 2 other amps.
That
based on
just
volume
sounded like
patterns.
a
And
wide,
the
like
the sound he would get it was huge.
yeah. But it was just like, we talk about those extremes from just a basic thing to a complicated thing, and he
Yeah.
definitely had one of the more complicated things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, cool. Hey guys, thank you for hanging with us.
Guess what? Our next guitar club is going to be on Tritone Day,
Oh, that's right.
Og 4.
Nice.
That's amazing. I just looked it up.
Right?
Oh, John, it's
Yeah.
Yeah. So bring your favorite augmented lick.
There you go, Leon.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I love that.
There's a song by the Firm, Jimmy Page's band with Paul Rogers in the 80s
Oh, yeah.
after Led Zeppelin. Their biggest single, they had a song called Radioactive. And if you listen to Jimmy Page's guitar solo, it's a very simple song. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
A minor,
yeah.
It's like A minor, C,
Radioactive,
and
yeah.
then but the solo
yeah,
is
that.
just the most out, it's all tritones and it's just the most out. He's like, come on,
Wow.
out of nowhere.
That was the first concert I ever went to.
Oh wow,
Really?
That was amazing. That was awesome.
Good band, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were so good.
Mine was Bon Jovi and Cinderella.
Whoa.
I can't imagine they use any augmented chords in their songs.
John,
Probably
what was your first rock concert you ever saw?
My first rock concert was the Cowsills. I was 8.
Was that the band that
Wow.
did Dirty Water?
No, they had there was a family band that the TV show The Partridge Family fashioned
okay,
themselves
okay.
after. They had a hit in the 60s called The Rain, the Park, and other things. And
Okay.
it's like this beautiful little 60s poppy kind of a thing. Soon after that, a couple of years later, I saw the Monkees.
All right.
They were playing at Boston Garden. They were great. They actually played.
Well, I've got you all beat.
How did you get past all
My-
the girls?
my- My first rock concert, Van Halen, 1984, with David Lee Roth.
Oh my
Really?
gosh, no way.
I was so mad I didn't get to go to see that. I was like just a little bit too young.
It was so
But-
loud. I mean, it was just too loud. I mean, you couldn't even hear Eddie skip. It was just like a airplane
Wow.
taking off
Yeah.
right next to you the whole time. It was crazy.
I
So
did
was
see
that the-
David Lee Roth on the Eat 'em and Smile tour though.
Oh, that must have been crazy
Wow.
good.
Yeah, I didn't. I
I
wasn't
wish
even,
I would have seen that one.
Yeah, Cinderella
I agree.
opened.
Wow.
But I didn't really want to. I mean, a friend of mine wanted to go to a show, and he's like, "Oh, I got tickets to David Lee Roth," and I was kind of like, I didn't really like much of what he was doing solo. Like, of course, that whole California Girls and all that. I was just like,
Yeah.
he's kind of ridiculous. But then, as soon as I saw Vi and Billy Sheehan, I was just like,
I know.
oh my God, thank you for buying these tickets.
I know,
The
because
most
the
amazing
California
show
Girls
ever.
came out, and then he did Just a Gigolo, and then it was like Yankee Rose.
Right.
then
Yeah,
my
and even
face would,
Yankee
like,
Rose-
melted off.
Yeah, even when that came out, I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh, this is amazing. But then after I saw the show, I was just like,
Yeah.
this is
I
the
was
best
fortunate
band
to see
ever.
Eddie. I was fortunate to see Eddie many on just about every tour, from then until they ended,
Oh,
Wow.
and man, there was just nobody. If you guys ever see Eddie Van Halen live?
I
no.
Yeah,
never
I
saw
saw him
Eddie Van
on
Halen. Yeah.
For Unlawful Carnal
He was
Knowledge.
just. I even saw him on the tour with Gary Sharon. I mean, he was
Oh,
always just incredible.
yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
happy
something-
and smiling always.
Yeah.
That's something I regret never seeing him play live.
Oh man,
Wow. Yeah, if I could go back to like 78, that would be amazing.
But actually, the first real concert that I saw was Jeff Beck with Heart opening in 1978.
Wow.
That was
Wow,
that
that'd
was
be a good one.
incredible. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was the sickest show. Heart opened up for him like they were just coming out then,
Wow.
and
I-
they turned in this unbelievable set. I hadn't heard of them before.
that's a good one. I know you guys want to end it, but I just have to say this: best Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers, when they all got back together with Ian Gillan and Richie. That was, I got to tell you, man, still to this day, I was just a kid. I was maybe 14, 15 years old, but to this day, that might have been the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was just
Wow.
John Lord,
Wow.
John Lord on the Hammond B3 organ through the Leslies and
Huge.
and just rocking and Richie Blackmore just on fire. The
Yeah.
two of those guys just tearing the roof off the place was unreal concert.
That's amazing.
That was a great comeback album too.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Well, thanks for hanging with us, you guys. This has been very fruitful.
It's
for
so fun.
myself.
Thank you, Julie. I
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
This is
Hopefully,
good.
I get
Yeah.
more people, and I don't hog the microphone like I did last time. Like,
No,
No, that was.
this is our time to talk about whatever
it's
we
so
want.
cool.
Yeah. I've got a couple
love it.
friends I keep telling them about it, but
Yeah,
been able to get them to connect yet.
I know John and Julie. Justin Beach wants to come on too. I could tell he had a gig today, but I know
Is
he
he
wants
the-
to come on here.
Is
Yeah.
he the two-ton
We'd love
shoe
to have
guy?
him on.
Yeah, 2 ton. You know 2 ton
Oh.
shoe. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're really good.
bands.
We're really good friends, and he lives actually right down the street from me, so we get together
Oh,
a
wow.
lot. But
Oh, right on.
he definitely wants to come on and hang.
Okay.
Right on.
Cool.
Let's
Well-
do it.
Well,
Cool.
August 4th.
Let's do it.
Tritone
All right.
day.
Tritone
Peace out, you guys. Have a great week.